Namaste student. Now today we will start the river Brahmaputra. Already we have discussed about the Himalayan river, the Indus, which is start from the west of the Mansarovar lake, and here you are seeing that it is the Mansarovar lake. So from the west of the Mansarovar lake, river Indus started, and the east of the Mansarovar lake, river Brahmaputra its rises. In the China, it named as the Sangpo river. Here you may see, here it is mentioned the Sangpo, and this river take U-turn at Namcha Barwa in Arunachal Pradesh, and this river when enter in India, then it is named as the Dihang, and then joined with the Lohit, and then it's named as the river Brahmaputra. So this river, it is the river Brahmaputra. You may see the map here, the river Dihang, and then it's been joined with the Lohit, then finally it's named as the river Brahmaputra, and in the China it named as the Sangpo river. In Arunachal Pradesh river Brahmaputra it enters, and then it's enter in our country, and when it enter in the Bangladesh, then it is named as the Jamuna river. The river Brahmaputra enter in the Bangladesh, then in the Bangladesh it named as the Jamuna. In Bangladesh it is named as the Jamuna, but in our country, be clear, in our country river Yamuna, it is the tributary of Ganga. The river Yamuna, it is the tributary of river Ganga, but in Bangladesh the river Brahmaputra it named as the Jamuna, not Yamuna, it is named as the Jamuna. Now let us see, in your book also it is mentioned about the Brahmaputra river system. The Brahmaputra river rises in Tibet east of Mansarovar lake, very close to the source of the Indus and the Satluj. It is slightly longer than the Indus, and most of its course lies outside India, as in Bangladesh or as in China or in the Tibetan part. It flows eastward parallel to the Himalaya. On reaching the Namcha Barwa, the place height is 7,757 meter. It takes a U-turn and enter India in Arunachal Pradesh through a gorge, a narrow gap between the mountains where the river flows. So here it is called the Dihang, and it is joined by the Dibang, Dihang and Dibang and Lohit and many other tributaries to form the Brahmaputra in Assam. This Brahmaputra river, it is very important for China, for India and for Bangladesh. But the name it is different. Brahmaputra is known as the Sangpo in Tibet and Jamuna in Bangladesh. The river Brahmaputra, it carries the silt and sediments less in the Tibetan part. Why it's carry the smaller volume of the water and less silt? Do you have the idea? It is because it is the cold and dry. In the China it is cold and dry area, but when in India it is receives a heavy rainfall. So the river carries a smaller volume of water and less silt in the cold and dry area, and it passes in India, it passes through a region of high rainfall. When it passes from the high rainfall, obviously it carries the huge silt and sediments and the large volume of water. It carries the large volume of water. So this is about the river Brahmaputra, as the Brahmaputra has a braided channel in its entire length in Assam and forms many riverine islands. The riverine islands, the island which form in the way of river by the depositions, silt and sediments by the rivers, and riverine islands. So you have also remember about the river riverine island, which island it is Majoli. In second chapter we have discussed about the Majoli. It is a riverine island and it's formed by the Brahmaputra. Every year during the rainy season, the river overflows its banks, causing widespread devastation due to floods in Assam and Bangladesh. Other North Indian rivers, the Brahmaputra is marked by the huge deposits of silt on its bed, causing the river beds to rise. The river also shifts its channel frequently. Why? Because of the silt and sediments. Now, the next one is about the Peninsular River. Peninsular River, it is different from the Himalayan river. How it is different from the Himalayan river? The peninsular rivers, it's mainly start from the Western Ghat. The Western Ghats, it is the Western Ghat here in these areas, and the river Godavari it start from the Western Ghat, river Krishna it start from the Western Ghat, the Tungbhadra of the tributary of Krishna, river Kaveri it's also start from the Western Ghat. So this all these rivers, it is the peninsular river, and mainly it's depend on the seasonal rainfall, and so for that the peninsular rivers, the areas the less volume of water. The main water divide in the peninsular India is formed by the Western Ghat, which runs from north to south and close to the western coast. Most of the major river of peninsula, such as the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri, flow eastwards and drain into the Bay of Bengal. And these rivers make deltas at their mouth. There are numerous small streams flowing west of the Western Ghat. The Narmada and Tapi are the only long rivers which flow from west and makes estuary. The drainage basin of the peninsular river are comparatively smaller in size. You may see again the map there the river Narmada and river Tapi, its flow from the western directions, as it Narmada river start from rises from the Amarkantak and flow towards the westward and meet in the Arabian Sea, where it directly deposits its silt and sediment, so it's from the estuary. And another river, Tapi, also flow westward directions. Rest of the rivers as Godavari or Mahanadi or Krishna, Tungbhadra or Kaveri, all it's joined in the Bay of Bengal and forms the delta. So these are the different rivers which in the peninsular river, but among these the first one about the river Narmada basin. The Narmada rises in the Amarkantak hills in Madhya Pradesh. It flows towards the west in a rift valley formed due to faulting. On its way to the sea, the Narmada creates many picturesque locations. Why it is, do you know? There the forms the waterfall, or just after the waterfall a broad area it covers. So there the marble rocks near Jabalpur, where the Narmada flow through a deep gorge. and the Dhuandhar Falls, as like the sprinkle of the water, it's look like the dhua, so it is called the Dhuandhar Falls, where the river plunges over steep rocks and some of the notable ones. It is the important thing about the river Narmada. And the Narmada River Conservation Mission has been undertaken by the government of Madhya Pradesh by a scheme named Namami Devi Narmada. And you have to know about the river Narmada. There the multi-purpose river valley project built across the river Narmada. It is very famous one statue, the unity of the nation. I think all you have idea about the Sardar Sarovar dam as named. It is built across the river Narmada. All tributaries of the Narmada are very short and most of these join the main stream at right angles. The Narmada basin covers part of the Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. The next one important river, the Tapi basin. The Tapi rises in the Satpura ranges in the Betul district of Madhya Pradesh. It also flows in a rift valley parallel to the Narmada, but it is much shorter in length. Its basin covers parts of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. The coastal plains between Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea are very narrow, hence, the coastal rivers are short. The main west flowing rivers are Sabarmati, Mahi, Bharatpunja, and Periyar. So, you may again see the map and then you can easily understand these rivers. There, the river Tapi which flow in the westward direction, and here it start from the Betul district and river Narmada start from the Amarkantak. In these directions the river Sabarmati and Luni it's not shows here, but it also joined in the Arabian Sea. Mahi, Luni, Sabarmati, Narmada and Tapi are the rivers which joined in the Arabian Sea, and the Periyar river is also joined in the Arabian Sea, and these are the westward flowing rivers. So now you have to write the questions about the length of the river Brahmaputra. What is the island forms by the river Brahmaputra, which is very famous? It is the riverine island. So you have a question to write about the which island formed by the depositions of silt and sediments in the river Brahmaputra. The next another one question, that what is the rising place of river Brahmaputra, river Narmada, and river Tapi, and the tributaries of river Brahmaputra. So you have to write the answers and then I will continue the next peninsular river. So you have to complete it with the map work. So thank you for watching the video.